And we're on.
Oh, good to know.
Yes.
Yes, and
Good to be back.
oh yeah. Well, speak for your fucking self. Cause
What? I thought this was your most anticipated movie of this year, my friend.
Oh yeah, yes, totally the fucking most anticipated fucking movie was obviously gonna be Aquaman 2. Oh my god.
You loved it, right?
I still have headaches. My head still hurts from that movie. Fuck.
Yeah, I kind of felt bad for you, honestly. You were like, I'm still having headaches from the CGI.
It's your fault. You did this to me. You did this to me.
So what a perfect way to end the DCEU, huh?
Yeah, until James Gunn apparently takes a hold of it. Hopefully he can.
It's got to be better than this. That's all I'll say.
I certainly hope so.
And that's the end of our review.
Oh. Anyway.
10 out of 10.
Oh yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, a fucking migraine out of a goddamn migraine.
Well, I guess I wanted to try something new, and I was thinking, what if we describe some of these movies as like a mashup? Like, you know how some people go like, this game's like, I think it was Far Cry 3. It was Skyrim with guns. That's what they said.
You know, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
I'm more inclined to believe that part. Oh my god.
But I was thinking, what if we just describe some of these movies as almost like a mashup of like this movie or this show and this game or whatever it was. So I was saying that this would probably be like a mashup of something like an action superhero film, obviously.
From the early 2000s, I think. Oh my god. Oh, okay.
So you're thinking movies like Ghost Rider and Fantastic Four and a lot of those sort of
the
like
early days of
half-assed superhero movies. Yeah.
The feeling like if you watched Morbius or Venom, they have that obvious fucking early 2000s action superhero feels to it. Where it just doesn't work as much these days, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it is that they keep doing like this origin story thing, but
it
it's
shows
not
like no care
interesting
for the
at all.
thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't have as much of the care that you would think would go into a movie. Like,
I think one of the only times I've really liked an origin story was like something like with Tobey's like Spider-Man movies.
Everyone seems to love Tobey.
No, but like I just
love Tobey. I can't argue it.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing.
I thought it was handled well with those.
Yeah, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans were definitely very much handled better.
I think
it's also because everyone seemed to love Spider-Man no matter fucking what time period it's from.
No, just like that first one, like them telling an origin story. But like to me, that's my favorite of the three, is the first one. I know everyone loves the second, and I'd say that's like probably my second favorite. But yeah, to me, Spider-Man 1, I felt like it was a case where they did an origin story, and that's actually one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. Like, there's a lot of other ones where it's like it's the Morbius effect or these other ones effect, Fantastic Four, whatever it is, where they just kind of were very uninspired, and I don't know, they didn't really warrant a sequel. Some of them did get sequels, but
it leaves a bad taste in your mouth type of thing to it, some of them.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But I'd say it's a mashup with something like that, with superhero movies, as we said, mixed with something like an action movie. Yeah. More like action movies like Fast and Furious. Maybe that XXX with Vin Diesel or something like that. Isn't that what those are called? Triple X?
Triple X?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard that in years.
But it's kind of like a mashup of like those sort of action movies, I would say.
Yeah, like, I like for me, it's the description like I told you earlier. It's literally the bastard child of early 2000s action movies. Fucking Marvel, especially like the cringy comedy they try and put in, like New Day Marvel. Not even like Old Day Marvel. I mean New Day Marvel. And with a sudden, like I said, sudden three-way appearance with fucking with fucking James Cameron's Avatar, with the amount of CGI they use in this.
This is basically like if you had something like James Cameron's Avatar, but like it almost felt as long as that movie did to me. It
does feel almost as long as that fucking movie.
Maybe a little bit less.
Which is a very big problem.
Yeah. Because that was like an over 3-hour movie, just slightly over 3 hours, I think. Yeah. Or maybe it was 3 hours exactly or something. But to me, this felt like similar length. And I think part of the problem with some of these things is that since it's entirely CGI, and in this case not very good CGI.
Yeah, they couldn't even fully commit to the CGI role like James Cameron does.
Like, at least with Avatar, like me and you have talked about, like, we have different opinions on that movie, but we agreed, like, if you go to the theater and you're seeing in, like, IMAX and 3D and stuff, you're gonna get, like a roller coaster.
It's a visual
it's
sort
of
very
experience.
visual, like, movie. And like I said, I will gladly shit on James Cameron's at the story of Avatar and shit like that, how it's very uncreative, inspiring, but that's my opinion. But I will always say, James Cameron does kind of nail the visuals. It does nail the visuals in almost every of his movies, even if it's like what's that other? Oh my god, what am I?
The Abyss.
The Abyss. Thank you. I'm like trying to think of some of the, but like I said, visuals never his problem. Cringy story, yeah, it kind of or The Abyss pissed me off because I thought they were gonna go in more into the story, and then they just never really did, and more focused on other annoying little things I don't give two shits about. Anyway, that's another rant for another day.
Well, yeah, so it's almost like a mixture of like action superhero movies, like Aquaman, the first one, obviously, and then like we said, like maybe even like those early 2000s, or I kind of specifically thought even with like a newer Marvel movie, and you agreed with this, Thor: The Dark World.
Yes.
With like having this movie where it's this guy who's the funnier one and charismatic one with the evil brother that he had to break out of jail.
I literally told you this felt like knockoff Thor and Loki moment. Like it's Thor and Loki at home moment. Can I go see Thor and Loki? No, we have Thor and Loki at home. Thor and Loki at home, fucking Aquaman and his shitty fucking brother. They are literally feel just like Thor and Loki, but worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like parts of it are better, but parts of it are worse.
Yes. I mean, like...
Because I felt like Thor 2 was like, that's still my worst Marvel or MCU film. I think that is just such a horrible watch. And this was like agree. That, but like it was at least a bit more fun. This movie.
I also have the same opinion. Like, well, I give the excuse to the second Thor because that did take place during the early days of superhero movies too. I guess in a certain way. I think.
Well, I think it's a lot of the time people,
which sometimes are good. Like the first Iron Man was good, but the second one.
People don't shit on that one a lot nowadays as much because they
actually bad is
because it's had the Soul Stone in it, so a lot of time people go, oh, it's an essential.
They use it for a lore.
It's an essential watch. Yeah, people say, and I'm like, it's not essential. You don't need to fucking watch that one.
Oh.
Like they didn't show how Thanos got the Power Stone or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So why do we need to see how he got that?
Yeah, he always had it type of thing. But yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, no, it definitely has vibes like that. Where I'm like,
so it's almost like a mashup of so action superhero movies like Fast and Furious, Aquaman, Thor 2, early 2000s superhero movies mixed with, like I said, like sci-fi / like space opera. Even though it's not space, I would say their space is the underwater, the ocean, just and so much of this takes place under that with so much CGI.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
and then literal areas that are like literal areas that are like Star Wars areas and stuff.
Yeah, we literally were talking about how the one scene where they're going through the hidden city full of pirates and essentially the underground criminal world city. When they're going through that, it felt like a fucking Jabba palace, but underwater at the time.
Yeah.
But
a cheap knockoff version, like you said.
Jabba Home edition. But they even had the fucking fat warlord type thing. Who had like little, I'm guessing, female sex slaves right next to him. He was just chilling his fishy sex slaves.
So yeah, it's almost like action superhero movies, like those sci-fi space opera ones, like that, and then the final genre that it kind of has mixed in there is like fantasy / adventure, like a fantasy adventure aspect to it too, like elements of that.
That's most movies, but yeah.
Yeah, I thought like specifically like kind of like I said, I got elements of like Lord of the Rings in there. Like, not like in any sort of way of epicness or anything.
Don't bring this back up, Liam.
Not in any sort of way of epicness, but like just like with certain character designs at certain points in certain areas, concept designs, like even for like the the way like this Lost Kingdom looked and everything.
No, I get what you're saying.
So that mixed with like Dungeons and Dragons, or like someone like Dungeons and Dragons or like Percy Jackson.
I do feel like I know where you come from. I just hate comparing him because it feels like an insult because I like a lot of
I'm not trying to say, like I said, definitely not on that epic level like those movies were.
Yeah, I was about to say you compare Aquaman to fucking Lord of the Rings. Those are fighting words in my community.
But yeah, it's like they tried to incorporate elements like that in there, and
yeah, well, that's the fantastical part of it. I would say like you had all the fucking sea creatures and all the fucking monsters and fish people, yada yada. Like I was telling you too, like since I know you don't like you've never seen like One Piece, if you like it's a lot like the fish people from One Piece is like the design character for a lot of the fish people look literally straight out of One Piece.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like, granted, but anyway, yeah, it's the movie itself though as a whole. Honestly, like I was telling you, it gives me headache. It gave me a fucking
headaches. You give me headaches.
Really does. I think it's just too much CGI.
You know what it is?
It's not even good. It's too much cheaper looking CGI. It's not the James Cameron version where it's a visual like, ooh, that looks pretty, that looks nice. It's the crappy. It's kind of crappier CGI that just everything's bright, colorful, and it hurts my head in a way. It's like
there's nothing clever about the designs really, besides maybe like I said to you about some of the creature designs and stuff. Like, but even then, shitty CGI. So probably could have looked really cool if it was practical or better CGI.
And that's another whole top thing I will rant about another episode. But but no.
And I think, and like we debated about, I know we said we weren't going to talk much about, but I think there may have been some practical effects in here, but the CGI easily overloads it and makes it almost impossible to even tell. Like,
yeah, I think we were arguing like whether the it was the desert, it was like the desert,
the prison
guards and stuff like that. I said they were just straight up CGI, and you're saying you think there was some like practical effects in for them.
Yeah, I honestly, you're probably right because I couldn't really tell any other examples.
Like I said, I think it was just because it was darker. And that actually makes it look better. Like,
sometimes there's
darker CGI instead of like this bright, colorful we saw earlier. It makes it actually look better.
True. When you're under the ocean and it's like bright colors, or it was a darker scene and everything. Sometimes the lighting can totally make or break CGI.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, so I thought it was almost like a mix of all those sort of genres. And I guess the people watching that don't really know anything about this film, basically in Aquaman: The Last Kingdom, Arthur must join forces with his brother Orm, who he once fought with in the original, to defeat Black Manta, who now wields the Black Trident and is using it to finally get the upper hand on everyone's favorite DC hero they love to make fun of.
Oh yeah!
Once again, played by Jason Momoa.
Yeah, you kind of heard that too in the beginning when he was monologuing in the beginning. Like, people think they can just make fun of me because I can speak.
Like he was sitting on the internet one day looking at.
He was literally reading people's shit posts and he was just addressing it in this movie.
I used to imagine his Aquaman raging.
Fuck you!
Just gets wicked hammered that night.
I'm just imagining the gestically we're giving him shit this whole time.
That was that post credits we saw in the Flash movie when him and Flash were getting shit faced. They were like at the bar or whatever.
Yeah, that was probably.
That's why
he was just a drunk Jason Momoa talking about people making fun of him just because he talks to fish. I just think I can talk to fish. I'm more than that. I'm more than just talking to fish.
But yes, this is very much I would say a sequel to the original, but also one that I saw with my dad and another one of our friends that was with us on some of the previous two Pose in a Pod snobs who have never seen the original. And they said
he got the whole idea just by watching the trailer.
Yeah,
and he was right, kind of right.
Yeah, and they also like recapped the first movie multiple times in this.
They
one
did that in the
too.
whole beginning. The whole beginning was literally a recap.
No, they even did it later in the movie too.
Like they kept doing it. I like both worlds. I also overthrew my dickhead brother, who's the king. Yada yada. Now I'm the king.
They did it multiple times in this movie. At some points where they literally showed scenes from the first film.
Yeah,
like
that was the whole. I think that was the first 5 or 10 minutes of the fucking movie. I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was 5, but it felt like 10 to be honest with you.
What did you think about the performances in this movie? Did you think like were there any standouts to you?
Let's see how to put it. Personally, like when it's just if we're just looking at acting type stuff, I'm pretty sure it. I guess you could say Jason Momoa and the guy. Who was the guy who played as
Patrick Wilson
is his brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that actor. He's been in like Fargo and stuff like that. He's good.
They did a good job what they had, but it was just shitty writing.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
that's what I
sure.
agree.
I'm pretty sure it was just
because there were
writing.
some funny moments there.
Yeah.
Like if there was any funny moments in this movie, it was between the two of them.
Yeah, basically. I kind of
maybe between him and his dad a little bit too, but even some of those I thought were kind of like.
Well, those are more wholesome.
Yeah, more wholesome, like kind of just like.
Which I did love the Guinness advertisements they obviously got in this movie from
how
much
had a
they were
ton
drinking
of Guinness in this.
just name dropping Guinness too in those. Oh, I would just want to go home to my dad and have a good Guinness. Have you ever had that, brother? Have you ever had a Guinness with a with a good old burger and fries and the greasy delicious food? And he's like, ooh. He's like his brother was just looking at me.
Why do you sound like Loki? Sound like Loki from those Marvel movies.
Oh, but yeah, like I said, they did a decent job with the roles they had.
No, that's what I was gonna say. Like that was gonna be my response. Was if there was any standouts here, I would say it was Jason Momoa and Patrick Wilson. Like, not that they were amazing or put in an Oscar movie performance because they didn't, and they were even. At least Patrick Wilson was fine. I thought he was actually the best in this movie.
I agree. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
But just because there was like an arc for him, at least.
Yeah.
But with Jason Momoa, like I kind of felt like his Aquaman was an asshole in this movie a little bit. I
can kind of see it, but I think that's like you see that in a lot of hero movies in general. The narcissist, they like super like, oh, I'm the best type of fucking the.
Well, I just thought it was kind of weird because like this is one that's like been in the Justice League and like already had his first movie and like I don't know, it's just like and is the king of Atlantis now and it's just like. Why are you like I don't know, like it's almost like he's still like kind of like
I said, I think that's just a Marvel comedy that fucking
it
kicks
is
through.
it's like them trying to have that aspect of the Marvel comedy. He's like Thor now, he's just always goofy or like always immature or whatever.
I told you, he's literally knockoff Thor. He's knockoff Thor, his brother's knockoff Loki. Fucking fight me, I will die on this fucking
this
grave.
is definitely like their this is definitely like their version of like Marvel's equivalent to Thor and everything.
They tried having similar comedy, similar effect, like visual effects too with the CGI that you see a lot in the later Thors, especially. Though once again, I guess it's weird to say that Thor did it better. They even did better CGI than the fucking Aquaman.
Even they did.
Yeah, that's why.
I'm just not the ones from 10 years ago. The ones from 10 years ago. As much as I'll shit on the Dark World, it had better CGI than this.
But
which pains me to say because I don't want to give anything to that movie as a plus.
It hurts my soul to say the very words from your mouth.
But yeah, I'd say they were definitely the pluses for performances in this movie. If you're just looking for something fun. And
like we were talking about too, it's one thing too about the Aquaman is you don't really see Aquaman, you see more Jason.
Yeah, that's the problem with me at this point. I think we both talked about that, is that he's not Aquaman at this point. He's Jason Momoa, and it's not that you like some of the jokes aren't funny or like
you just don't feel Aquaman-y.
It's just it's just like I said to you, it's that part of your brain, at least if you're even the basic of a comic fan or just know about the characters or have seen them in an episode of Aquaman. He's a very
serious character in a lot of
seen them in an episode of Justice League or something. Yeah. you know what they're kind of like. You know what they're kind of like, and then you see them in this and you're like, okay, this is a totally different take. Like this almost doesn't even feel like the character. So the way my brain has had to like almost see it is that like this is just a different Earth's version or that like even in the case of like Ezra Miller's version of Flash, I was like, okay, this is like Bart Allen, or like this is a different Allen. Like
They do
This
mix
is
up
like-
flashes a lot.
this
in
is
a lot
like
of movies,
Barry,
so-
but this is like Barry, but like I'm just picturing it like Barrie or something, like instead of Y, because like it has to be that he's
Barry
a different
Wall,
version.
He's all of them put together. Don't worry about it. They couldn't make up their mind what they wanted.
Because like that's the only way it almost works for me. Because if they're saying it's the Barry Allen that I see in the Flash TV show or the comics or the, anything, or the Justice League animated show, it's like this isn't him.
Yeah.
This isn't him at all.
Well, I think a
It's
lot
the
of
same thing with Jason Momoa.
yeah.
But like they're not like you hate the characters. It's like almost like they should have just like made it so that like his fucking Aquaman was named Jason or something. I don't know.
I think that's a big thing too with just Jason Momoa himself. He acts more like his him rather than like the character he's being in a lot of things. Like in Conan, he did the newish version of Conan. He did. It didn't feel like Conan to me.
Yeah, I heard that one sucked.
If honest to God was just it felt like Jason Momoa the whole time rather than Conan to me.
Damn.
And that's one thing I couldn't get past. It annoyed me too, even during that, because I love Conan the Barbarian. I have all the books, and I've seen the original, like the old movie with Arnie, good old Arnie.
Those are classics.
Yeah, I know.
Even though they're so campy.
They really are. I'm not saying they're the best movies whatsoever. I ain't getting none of that.
They're fun though.
He does nail a good like Conan.
He
feel to
is. It's just those movies are so goofy.
Because the world's a fucked up world too, and everything. You're like, oh.
They come across as like a D&D sort of movie almost, like a D&D quest or something, like those Conan movies.
It's kind of like that, but it's a dark D&D. While the Jason Momoa version is the uppity fucking D&D you'd probably just have a couple goofs and friends with that don't take itself seriously whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it felt like. He didn't feel like edgy. He didn't feel like the edgy, like fucking big tough Conan that we know.
Oh, totally.
He was literally just a goofball having drinks with his friends everywhere. Like,
no, I can just picture
from the
it.
beginning of the whole thing.
I can just picture it, dude.
Like,
and I like Jason Momoa.
Yeah,
I think we both do.
I'm
but
not
it's
shitting.
just-
I'm just saying they need it. Whenever he acts as Jason, when he, I don't think.
Know what point I'm at with him. I think
I'm
I'm kind of at the same viewpoint with him as I am with Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah, I know he uses.
Where like they just always play like the same sort of character.
Yeah, no, I actually agree with that. Like the only thing is, I think with a lot of the Ryan Reynolds stuff is they typically try and find characters that would like act like that. Like we were talking about, what was it? The James Gunn version of was still possibly considering getting Jason Momoa as Lobo, which which we both agreed. That sounds like a much better role for him.
He would love it.
Yes,
he would fit it so well.
He would absolutely embrace a good Lobo.
He would embrace it instead of
But Aquaman or Conan didn't feel like them. But in Ryan Reynolds' case, they usually find roles for Ryan Reynolds where he could be Ryan Reynolds, like Deadpool.
Yeah, he didn't do good as Green Lantern, but
no,
did good as Deadpool.
Yeah, that was
so. Just is the perfect case for that,
Well, Green Lantern, even Deadpool shit on. Fucking, he shits on his own role in Deadpool.
But it's the perfect case where like Jason Momoa, even though it's not DC to Marvel, it's DC to DC. It's like he could be okay as Aquaman, just like Ryan Reynolds was as Green Lantern, but it's a shitty movie and he could do much better with a different character that fits his personality more.
Yes.
If he just wants to play roles that are always kind of like this or something,
Yeah. I mean, like I said, even if they did use him as an Aquaman again, I would want a better writing for him. He can pull, I'm sure he can pull off a good Aquaman. They just have to have better writing, and he has to, act more like.
You should get a fucking haircut too.
I don't think you're gonna get that from Jason. Jason Momoa seems to love his fucking long hair locks, which is also one reason why he should be Lobo.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, Lobo.
If he wants to, like,
Lobo for days would be Jason's role.
But like, yeah, I don't know. I think like Jason Momoa was almost like a highlight and kind of one of the reasons this movie wasn't as good as it could have been at the same time.
And speaking of bad,
kind of like the same problem with Flash, like with Ezra,
Oh my God, with that's right, yeah.
Where like maybe some of the writing is good, but then you just don't like the actor, or vice versa, and it's just sometimes it doesn't work out.
Speaking of characters you don't like, the bad roles in this movie.
Yeah, I would say
Ugh.
Randall Park, who's like in he's Jimmy Woo and like some of the Marvel stuff. He was terrible as the scientist, Dr. Stephen Shin, I think his name was, right?
Yeah, dude, I had problems with that fella. I mean, like, I get the trope that he's supposed to be, scientist who's wants to see and explore. He probably needs funding, so he finds this other guy who has alternative motives to finding these things. So he gets part of that quest, yada yada, and he gets dragged into the evil bullshit, and he regrets being part of this evil. I get that. That's a simple trope, but the way he did it was pretty stupid. Like, I mean, let's say he was planning on basically betraying him right after, like, the whole, I mean, like, Aquaman busting through the doors, and he was also
I just did not understand his motivations at all in this. It's not like it's like the sort of thing even too where like someone's like, oh, my daughter's dying or something, and they're helping me like with that. It's like, no, you had no reason, dude. Like
even the reason he had, but the thing is, he sucked at even the thing like the baby when he was literally transporting the baby. And I'm pretty sure at that point like we saw, he did a fake out with Black Manta to save the baby. Suppose he was in the machine. Remember when they were flying to the castle?
Yeah.
And he was still carrying the baby at that point. Why didn't he just turn around with the baby and just head back to the enemy army that was right there? And he could have actually like just surrendered himself and given the baby up, and Black Manta would have been like, fuck, I'm not even at the castle yet.
Yeah.
I have nothing. What that would have put a whole monkey wrench in the whole plan.
Well, this is kind of a slightly different thing, but it's still with that character. Remember they said they were gonna like take him at one point too?
Oh, you mean when
he's like, take me with you or like whatever.
Yeah.
And then they just
blew
didn't.
Up the thing and he got left behind.
Yeah, did they just leave? Did they leave him behind?
Well,
was that what happened there?
They kind of just left it, and then the bad guys basically they didn't know the thing, so they just kind of took the scientist with them to the next bad plan.
Okay.
And from there he just acted as an inside spy.
Dumb.
I mean, it was.
I went to the bathroom at one point. Maybe it was like partly to that part or something.
They just needed a reason for him, basically for them to know where Black Manta's location is, and because he was giving them the coordinates of where they're heading, and they're like, they're heading to the Antarctic. So that was like the only reason I could see why they didn't do anything. Like they just took him along with them. But like I said, even at the scene when the big battle's happening, and they're in ships and they're heading to the castle, dude could have just turned around to the baby. He had the baby in his vehicle. He could just head it over and be like, hey, Aquaman, remember me? I'm the surrender. I got your baby right here. Don't worry, Black Manta he's not going to have the blood to sacrifice to this evil sea lich that wants to, who needs your blood to unseal himself from the Antarctic.
And I think
it's already melting, apparently.
I think we should also clarify here, though, that like I thought the actor did fine. It's just that the writing was so terrible for that
100%.
character.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. It's just shitty writing.
Then he kept saying like magnificent or like something at like points. I was just like, why the fuck does he keep saying that?
It's his trademark word. It's his catchphrase. Rocking it. Bazinga moment.
He's got an action figure. He's got an action figure. DC's like, we haven't sold any of these. We haven't sold any of these yet. Fuck.
Oh my dude, if they did that and like his action figure says magnificent, as like you press the button, magnificent. You're like, oh.
And then I thought Black Manta wasn't very good in this either. I think we just both talked about how he just wasn't really a character in this. And I think that was my problem with him in the first one, too.
He was a schizophrenic puppet throughout the thing, which can
And he's supposed to be the main villain in both these, and, like, he's so underutilized, and then he's so just, like, underdeveloped because of that. Yeah. And, like, it's just why would
great potential. I love the design.
Yeah.
Like, they designed him very well.
Very accurate.
Yeah, it's sweet. It's awesome.
And that actor is also, I think, a pretty good actor, too.
Yeah, but they just don't have him doing acting. You know what I mean? It's, like, they have him, like, looking into a mirror, schizophrenically talking to the Lich Lord that's
and that with him. I think his name is Yahya Abdul Mateen.
And
I like him. He's been in a couple things that I've seen.
If they elaborated more on the struggle, if they did like him, let's say, struggling with the Lich Lord inside instead of just not doing anything,
almost like a Green Goblin sort of thing. When they hinted at that at one point, but then they got one scene of it. I think,
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And they cut off, and it got cut off because the scientist dude was like, "Hey, I kind of noticed you're going a little schizo moment.
Are you creeping on me, bro?" He's like, "Well, maybe you should."
He just shuts the door on him.
Maybe you shouldn't leave your fucking door open, bro, and have these schizo talks with your fucking Lich
I think
King.
they had like 2 or 3 scenes where the scientist is just there in the background. Every single time Black Manta's just looking at him, closes the door and like doesn't say a word.
I couldn't help but think that during that scene. I'm like, why doesn't he close the door before he has these little talks with like his?
It's so stupid.
He just fucking goes in there and he's just like, oh shit, I forgot to close it.
Oh no. Not even just once. He does it twice. He forgets to close it like 2, maybe 3 times. I can't really remember. Like the other time with the baby where he's just got in the thing and he's like, the scientist once again looking inside like, what you got there? And then he just shuts the door on him. Just shuts the door again on him. Like, not a word. Just shuts. And he's like, oh. What you got there? A baby?
But yeah,
shuts door. Oh.
And that was kind of like those were pretty much like the antagonists kind of this movie. I mean, Randall Park's character wasn't, but he was working with him, and yeah, it's funny how both those characters we both thought were kind of the weak point of this movie.
Like I said, it has nothing really as much to do with the acting. It's more just
the writing for them.
Horrible writing.
Yeah.
And they also had some really stupid scenes, I ain't gonna lie, that don't make too much sense throughout the whole movie. I had an issue with the stupid whale sonar to defeat the submarine, which I thought was
they were doing like reverse sonar or something. Was that basically what happened?
No, it's like they were like, how about we counter their their sonar like ray, whatever the thing they had, with our own stronger sonar. And they're like,
no, what I didn't understand about just that, wasn't that literally Atlantean, like Atlantean ship they stole or something? It's like, how are you guys not able to take that down? Was it because it was like one of the ships of that Lost Kingdom crew or whatever?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I guess
that's why I had that shield made out of the stuff that they used or whatever.
Yeah, it's ancient technology that was lost to them, I guess.
So I guess the regular Atlanteans weren't familiar with it anymore.
I get that in a certain way. It's still, granted, no matter what, Atlantis was still lacking
but you figure they've like had a battle with them before in the past and like
you think you would advance your technology
or knew some sort of way to like defeat them.
Yeah.
Even if it was only one way or something. But
it's like what was it? Yeah, I guess the argument is like it's been so many years and stuff. I'm like, but to me, I'm like, okay, I guess lost technology and stuff. I'm like, to me though, no matter what, they were still lacking. Their security was crap.
Yeah,
their security was absolute garbage. Fucking, they were like, halt, sir, state your case, or else we will fire upon you. It's like, all right, shoot the sonar beam. They're shooting their lasers at the thing and bouncing off because apparently super great shield they have. And then sonar attack, and then it just disables everyone. Everyone's dead. The robot shark infantry that we have, garbage. Didn't do anything. Aquaman's wife and Amber Heard's character were the only ones that were able to do any type of fighting in there, but they still kind of got their asses whooped. Jason shows up a little bit later to fight Black Manta, and then Black Manta kind of just dips after.
What would you say to the
little scuffle, dips really quick. Not even a good long nice action scene. It's more like a little slippity slap. I'm out.
What would you say to the people that like are having like Amber Heard PTSD and don't want to go see this movie because they don't want to see her, kind of like Ezra? Like, what would you say to one?
I mean,
of them?
I get it personally. I do get. I didn't like it. I don't like Ezra either. And after that whole. Granted, Ezra's is a little bit, I think, a little bit worse because Ezra literally abducted a child.
And he's the star. Yeah, his was much, much, much worse. And he was the star.
Much worse criminal case.
He was the 2 stars of the film because there was 2 versions of himself. It was like, wow, we have 2 versions of this asshole in this film? Jesus.
Right. But, like, I get it. Like, if you don't want to see Amber Heard, yeah. I mean, she's not in it as, like, much as, like, in the first one or anything. So,
yeah. She's in it for, like, We agreed like probably like 6 to 10 minutes at like somewhere in that range.
Yeah, between that range she's in. Like, that's excluding all the flashback scenes that she's into, because like she's in a bunch of flashbacks.
But we can't. We couldn't really
summing up the first.
We
movie.
couldn't really agree how long it was, because she is like dispersed throughout the film, but always just coming in at these points where she's just like saving the day, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's just like, really, is this all this character is gonna do this whole fucking
Comes
movie?
in, saves the day, doesn't say much, is out.
Yeah, I felt like a lot of that was like reshot or something, because they just had a different story, and then they just were like, how can we have her less? But
we can't have her talk that much in this movie.
But she's his wife. Shit. And he's literally, we had a whole thing in that he has a kid in this movie.
Yeah, no.
I kind of just felt like that whole thing of him being married and having a wife and having them having the kid now is just extremely rushed and barely, like, almost like an afterthought in the movie. Like, they just kind of forgot about it at points.
It did feel like
even
that
though
at
at the
times,
same time it's like the heart of the movie as well.
Like the
it's weird.
Like I was saying before with before we started, was the baby being able to talk to fish, and we thought, you even said, like, I thought they were going to lead more into that, like the baby's using the talking to fish power that Aquaman has, and he was like, you're like, oh, that's going to be a probably role. The baby's probably going to do that, and all the fish or all the sea creatures are going to come to its aid or something like that. Now, the only thing it does is just let Jason Momoa, Aquaman, know that, Daddy, I'm here, Daddy, even though he already knows I know you're here, son, but it looks like I have to rush even more now. I'm like, dude,
don't worry, son. I'm going to scream, my son! And then fucking get in a fight with this guy and maybe hit him into you. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm not a father, but I'm not going to, but if I had a kid that was fucking taken by this asshole, I know was about to do a blood sacrifice on my kid, I wouldn't be like, wait until I heard my baby like saying, hurry, help me, Daddy. I'm going to literally be fucking going already as fast as possible, rushing towards it. He just decides to rush the moment he hears
like, maybe he won't kill my kid. He's going to kill him.
Oh, no, he's going to do it. It's not like he knew the scientist's plan either, who tried hiding the baby for a little while. Actually, if the scientist didn't do that, the baby probably would have been already dead at the pace he was going, apparently.
Yeah. But yeah, I just felt like I guess that pretty much sums it up for most of the performances. You also had Tamira Morrison, who's has Jango Fett and Boba Fett in the Book of Boba Fett. As his father. I felt like he was okay.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, the dad was good, wholesome, and also good advertisement for Guinness.
Yes.
He made me want a Guinness during that movie. I will say that's the one thing they got me with.
They kind of did that cop-out thing, though, of like, oh, we're going to kill his dad. Oh, wait, he's not dead.
Oh, yeah, he's not dead.
He's actually totally fine. I figured he was going to have, like, a cane or something. He was, like, fine. I was like, what?
Dude, we agreed that was so stupid that, like, the fact that he says, I'm going to let you live so he can watch you die. I'm like, why bother putting that in there if he's not going to die? To be honest, if anything, you just wanted to, do what they did. Just have him stab him, push him to a side, and just to grab basically saying the baby was his big concern, but you know what? Fuck your dad.
No,
I'm still going to stab him. It's not like basically saying he didn't really give too much of a shit. He's just more wants the baby.
Yeah.
Give me the child. Give me the child moment.
He just seems like he's always stoned too in this movie, kind of. Like he's just so chilled out. Like
who
the dad? Maybe he's
dad?
just always drunk. Maybe he's just always drunk.
That's the.
But yeah, I liked him in this, even though he wasn't in it much. And then I guess the only other cast members, like if people are wondering about how much they're in it, we won't touch on them much or anything. But Nicole Kidman as his mom.
Yeah, I was about to say she did a decent enough performance. Yeah. She just didn't have too many roles or too many lines.
She had a more expanded role than the first one, I would say, because she's his advisor now, who was Willem Dafoe in the first one, who I'm pretty sure. Maybe I misheard, but I thought they were saying through the lines that he died, so they just killed him off because they were like, "Oh, you're not gonna come back, Dafoe." Oof. I heard he had scheduling conflicts. They're like, "Oh, we're gonna kill you then."
Too bad.
Your character just died of some illness or something. That's what they said. I was like, "Oh, okay, what the fuck? You just killed Dafoe's character off?"
Oh, yep. That's how they were doing a lot of that. The plague. They said it was by the plague thing that was going around, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was a plague or sickness or
Which
something they were saying.
that barely gets brought up either. To be
Yeah.
honest, it's like
There's a lot of things that are just touched
they
on.
they
in this,
just
but then
mention
just
it, but
drop.
you don't see the plague at all in action. You don't know how fucked up it is until like except other than them like it's so terrible, it's so bad, and you're like, okay.
But
So
yeah, she
where is
was-
it? Where's the dead? Where? How are they dying? Where are they dying?
Yeah.
What's going on?
But she was decent as his mom. I think she still was kind of underdeveloped or didn't really have much to do here.
Yeah.
But
she didn't have a big role, but she did good with the stuff that she was in.
And then same thing with Dolph Lundgren. I felt he was just kind of underused too. They tried to have like an arc with him and the brother, but that was just stupid. He's like, "I give you a gun now."
Gives him an axe.
We're friends again.
Ends up saving him. Here's a gun.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's a gun.
Wow, you saved my life. Wow.
Which already was a stupid move on his part, regardless. Even if he didn't trust him, where it's like, this is basically the end of the world type stuff. This is the stuff that's going to destroy the earth, apparently.
So yeah, not much of Dolph.
Give him a fucking gun.
Not much of Dolph, Amber Heard, Tamira Morrison, or Nicole Kidman.
Don't forget the crab.
I would say Nicole Kidman maybe a little bit more than those other ones, and Amber Heard, but
Dude, my favorite character was obviously the giant crab who kept
I looked that up. His name's Kingfish, and that was another character I was going to bring up. I guess that's played by Martin Short, who's in that show like Two Murders in the Building.
I don't know why they
and
kept
stuff,
trying to make
but
stupid jokes of that character so much.
Yeah, I
I'm
thought
like,
I just didn't think he was very funny, and
Keep your eyes open.
I almost
That's gonna be
couldn't-
easy for
I
me. I
almost-
have no eyelids.
they could have gotten any actor to play that character because I almost just couldn't have told you who he was because he just looked like a crab.
Yeah,
Looked like a crab person from South Park.
Oh my god, he does.
Crab people.
It's like a mix of the crab people from South Park and Mirelurks from Fallout. And
Literally,
you basically
yeah.
got this exact character.
Some of these things just look so like off-putting just because the CGI is not entirely there for it.
No, it's not. And
It
like
almost looks like a Men in Black thing, but like even kind of shittier than that. Because it's like almost like supposed to look weird. And
hey, Men in Black was good for its time.
Yeah, exactly. And that was
just because
we
we look back on it.
And
now,
that was
it's
25 years
kinda
ago
shit.
almost now. So,
At least they were trying practical effects in Men in Black too. There was a good amount of practical effects.
but
This
yeah,
is me defending my Men in Black. I like Men in Black, man.
I think that about sums up for like characters and everything. But I just felt like this movie was just like the directing for it from James Wan, who's known for like a lot of his horror movies, like Insidious and The Conjuring, and
which are good horror movies.
I've never
Like-
seen any of them because, as you know, I'm not a huge horror fan, but I've heard good things about those ones.
Like Insidious gets a little weird at times, but like it has very weird scenes, but it does a good, decent job of giving weird creep factors to it. So I'll give them that. Stupid jump scares at times, which I have my own opinions on jump scares sometimes being like a little bit overutilized in movies where it just gets rid of and you're like, crap, stupid jump scare. But anyway,
that's why I hate those with a lot of the new horror films.
But he did a decent enough job with like Insidious and stuff, and I did enjoy the first Conjuring. I will give him that. I get is that Nun one also made by him?
He didn't do those ones.
Okay,
but I
so
think
that
those-
was
I think
another
those are
spin-off
in the
one.
Conjuring universe, from what I think my girlfriend's told me, but they're not directed by him or
Okay.
even I think he probably produces them. I'm guessing, but
Okay, so. But yeah, no, those he should. I honestly, and you also said he did the first Saw movie earlier, right?
yeah, I guess he wrote and directed the first Saw movie.
Yeah, no, that he should stick to horror.
Yeah.
Personally, I think he does a decent enough job at some good horror movies.
And then this is just the total opposite of horror. So like we're just seeing that like he just does not work as well with some of these elements.
No, it does
or,
not.
Like,
It does not.
Yeah.
Also, very.
what do you think of the elements that he doesn't really work as well with out of those like genre ones we described earlier? Because to me, I think it's more of like the like adventure superhero like aspects that he does. I think the comedy aspects he actually does decent with. Like there, so a lot of it, like we said, is Marvel kind of cringe stuff, but some of it is okay. Like we said about the relationship between Patrick Wilson's Orm and Jason Momoa's Arthur. I think those are the highlights for those characters, like in the movie, is like the dynamic between them.
Honestly, that was the best parts of the movie. Was just relationship, the weird brother enemy relationship they had with each other. That honestly was the better parts of the movie.
And I kind of liked, and
Or more
they did
tolerable,
do
for
it at
sure.
one point, and I kind of knew they probably weren't gonna be able to help themselves. But even then, they only did it for like a second, thank God. But They didn't really try to do that thing where you were like, is he bad? Is he good? Kind of like they do with Loki, where you do kind of like figure he is on his side.
I'm like they were
this,
trying to do that, but made it also extremely clear possession towards the end. That he was obviously being possessed by the.
That's what I'm saying.
Lich Lord, yeah,
exactly.
It wasn't like it's like you said. They at first you think it's like, oh, he's using the evil side of him once he gets his power and appealing to his bad
But it's
bad
just literally
part.
that.
But then you realize it's
the
just
villain's
possession.
just using him because he's so close to getting his goal. I think
Yeah. And it's him appealing to his brother's willpower. It's basically just a willpower thing rather than a like him actually wanting this.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I said, it was just a straight up possession. The ending, how they defeat that guy, was also extremely baked.
It was just very uncinematic, I would say, or what do you call that? Unclimactic.
Yeah, very anticlimactic.
Anticlimactic.
Yeah, that's the word. But it was stupid. Like first, we were talking about me and Snubs, or we're even talking about this. Like first time he throws the black trident at him, his weapon. He catches it, and Jason's like, "Fuck, he caught it." Damn it, he caught it.
I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah, he does it again, only with his this time.
Rolls a 10.
Dude rolled a 20. He straight up rolled a 20 on the second shot. The first one was like, rolling a shitty roll. Like, you gave him his trident. Shit! Hold on. Reroll. Does it again.
Escalators.
Oh, shit. And then thankful he rolled such like a 20. He rolled a critical then next because apparently his trident destroys the other trident like it's paper mache. Oh, scattered to place like Lego pieces.
Yeah.
And defeat the guy just like that.
I thought that villain was kind of like interesting too in certain aspects of the film because and I was telling you a little bit about this. They had a canceled DC film that I guess James Wan was gonna work on. I don't know if he was gonna direct it, but I think he was gonna direct or write it, or maybe even both, kind of like with the Aquamans. But it was gonna be about the trench, which was in the first Aquaman movie, and it was basically like just this like scary area of the ocean almost.
Yeah.
With like scary creatures and stuff like that. So I thought it would be interesting to get that movie, but they canceled it, and I thought there was like horror elements that they kind of maybe brought from that into this one.
I wouldn't doubt if they tried, especially like the weird Cthulhu monsters that were in there. I could probably see him have been used. I mean, those
remember those ones they used to go underwater too, that were like the octopus mobile things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I figured you're saying. Like those, I could totally see them like. Maybe there were some characters in that movie. It was going to be about scientists or something. We don't know what it was going to be about, but like exploring that trench or something. And
and here's one thing I told you about. I love the idea of like hidden cities and stuff like that. Lost knowledge, cool forbidden. That stuff's always. I'm a sucker for that stuff in a lot of movies. It's just they did a really bad job at the writing in this one. I mean, like. Cool. It's like the dude became essentially a lich, a sea lich, where he turns all his subjects into zombies. I'm like, all right, that's a cool concept, I guess. Turns them into monster zombies. Creates weird Cthulhu monsters. Still not totally sure how he does it because essentially the trident's just made out of this apparently radioactive material that that pollutes the earth 5 times worse than regular pollution. Anyway, but it's the equivalent of this version. It's like, oh, I made it's like, you know how oil or like you need oil you can make plastic, you make plastic out of oil. It's like the same equivalent. It's like saying my plastic is I made a plastic trident. Fuck you. It has apparently supernatural powers to go with it too. I'm going to turn my entire city into an undead city. Go to hell.
Yeah, but a lot of that.
Because I hate you, brother. I hate you, brother. You told me not to stop polluting the earth. I hate you.
That villain was just very underdeveloped.
Yeah. It was.
And I don't even know
where they had a cool concept, but they could not follow through with it whatsoever.
Especially because the cool concept about it is the one that's being underutilized the most.
I was hoping for a giant kraken, to be honest with you. Like from the beginning, the beginning where there was a giant tentacle.
I was hoping we were at least gonna get a battle with that Lich King version or whatever.
Yeah, I would have settled with a battle with the Lich King instead of just throwing a trident 2 times at him.
I thought we were at least gonna get that, like with using that character. Like even if that was just quick, like I would have been okay with that. Like, and I was even okay with kind of what they just did because I kind of just wanted to get the fuck out of the movie anyway at that point.
The funny thing
didn't make it any less dumb. Like where you're like, okay, like he just throws it. Tried it a second time, even though it didn't work the first time. Would have been funny if it just fucked up again.
Like I didn't even mind the original, like the second Black Manta fight where he was fighting Black Manta. I'm like, oh, this looks cool. I'm having fun with this, I guess, for a little bit. But it gets cut off so shortly. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, like
it's all CGI.
Yeah, it's all CGI, which is also the big bother to me. I'm like, ugh. I mean, like I guess you need it for Black Manta, apparently.
It's underwater,
CGI from the freaking beginning.
But dude, James Cameron James Cameron obviously used CGI, but like I guess a lot of that Avatar stuff, like they actually used like real water, like when like they did Way of the Water, they used real water for like the scenes with water. Like that's actually real water you're seeing. That's like partly why it looks so good. And with this, like you're underwater and it doesn't look like how things look underwater. Like it's just.
Well, James Cameron, what he did, like I said,
this looks like some Spy Kid shit or something.
James Cameron maxed out his ability for CGI.
Yeah,
which is his thing. That's his, and he did a damn good job at it. This couldn't max out. It tried a little bit of everything and failed at everything.
I just find it weird because like this first Aquaman actually is one of the most successful, or is the most successful, I think, surprisingly, of the DCEU movies.
This one or the first one?
The first one.
Okay.
Because globally it made the most amount of money, I think, out of any of them. But
I'm actually surprised by that.
Yeah.
I personally would have went with the Superman, to be honest. I thought the first
Man of Steel.
Yeah. I think because everyone always likes to talk about that one a lot, and I get it, but
I don't think so. Actually, yeah, surprisingly, domestically it probably was like in the U.S., but globally, like
maybe that's it.
Aquaman didn't do as good as that did in the U.S., I don't think, but globally somehow Aquaman did better than any of these. So I find
Jason Momoa.
I find it weird.
Jason Momoa at that time.
That also kind of like I told you, I felt like the CGI was maybe it's just because I haven't seen the first one in years since I first saw it. But
I could be misremembering.
It did not seem like the CGI was as good, but maybe she's never been that great.
Personally, if I remember right, people were crapping on the CGI in the first one too, so I imagine it wasn't the best either on that one. I think they just did more of it, you know what I mean? Then I don't think they did as much CGI, so you couldn't really, like, it was probably still crap, but people weren't paying attention as much to it. This one, they went all out with the CGI, and I think it gave me a headache.
I think there was more above ground scenes in the first one, so like maybe it wasn't as much.
That's true.
Being underwater.
Yeah, like this one was almost entirely.
Or so maybe when they did go underwater, it like was a little bit more care there or something. Because I just felt like all of this was pretty much underwater, or so much of it was, and then it just looked like shit a lot of the time when they were under there. Like I felt like it literally looked like video game cutscene things at points, like when there was just all of them sitting there talking and stuff. I'm like, the way their hair is moving and just other stuff right now, like I really can't tell like how much of them is CGI, and it's like bugging me a little bit.
Yeah,
like,
you're getting me. Is that hair fake or not?
Yeah, literally.
Let me look. I need to see it.
But yeah, I think if there was any other things that we kind of missed that we haven't touched on yet, I think I'd say the pacing was kind of slow for this.
It's really, I thought it was very weird. Where the pacing was odd, where it's like slow in some parts, but then faster in others.
Yeah, it's almost like every other scene, it kind of does like it's going slow and then it's going fast. And then
like I think them on the island was they could have cut that down a lot significantly. Like remember when they were venturing through the rainforest and all that,
with the creatures being bigger.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
Stupid grasshopper.
I actually kind of liked that part.
I didn't. I mean, that's mainly because I saw the layers right next to water. Why didn't they just go right to the closer to it?
Yeah.
That way?
No, it wasn't like an amazing part or anything, but like I don't know. Somehow I felt like that was one of those moments where it was picking up a little bit more for me. Because I feel exactly how you feel, but I'm just like
I said,
it was going ups and downs with me, and that was one of the points where I
just thought that part dragged on a little bit personally. That's where I thought it dragged on a little bit.
It did go on a little bit.
But
But I remember initially liking kind of that concept of like the rat or whatever being huge and like all the grasshoppers or whatever it was, just like
you dirty rat,
ripping it apart. I was kind of like, ooh, what the hell? Like, so I don't know. It's just like little things like that. Maybe I thought were slightly clever that like maybe like just where I was like, oh, some clever-ness for once.
That brought up so many weird things to me where I'm like, because apparently they grew like that and mutate and stuff because apparently the fuel that they're burning is radioactive. They were saying, and that's what caused all these mutations.
No, it would have been cool. Like, what if his Aquaman like just like befriended some of the fucking big ass creatures there or something? Was like using them in the final battle or something?
No, man. I can hit or miss. I can see that going bad in certain ways though. So bad. Like it. Oh, I'm trying to think. There've been movies like that where it's like
he always kept screaming too. Like,
oh my god, it would fit Jason's character, I guess.
Fits Jason Momoa. Kind of weird for Aquaman to just be screaming like that every 10 seconds.
But like I said, they didn't even like really go into the fuel as much, like what it is, to be honest. Or they said supposedly it's radioactive too, and you're like, but it's making. But I'm like, also when they mention that throughout the thing, like, shouldn't Aquaman and his brother be wearing something if they're going to get radiation poisoning at this rate? Especially how apparently so like it's so bad it is, where it's causing these things to become giants in only a few months.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that's a little loophole, maybe. I guess that's me being a little bit nitpicky, but still seems a little odd.
Well, it's because it's half-baked. It's a half-baked idea. Like I said, like they could have done something with it maybe, but it's a cool concept that's all it is. That's all it stays.
Also, is this supposed to be a thing against fossil fuels, or is they trying to go after like nuclear power now at this point? Now, because when they say things were nuclear, like radioactive, I'm like, are they trying to dig at like nuclear power now? Which
I don't think they really knew. I think they were trying to just I don't know.
throwing.
It's like I said to you about that whole climate change thing. Which I guess another point we can get into.
Oh, that movie was very preachy.
It was very. It seemed like it was very much trying to like talk about climate change, but had nothing intelligent to say about that argument at all.
Like,
because I'm all for, like I think we both are for climate change and everything. Or, like,
for climate change,
support. No,
I know, like, I get what you mean. But
it's not like we think it's fake or anything, but like just the way they handled it in the movie is just like
very bad.
What are you guys
very
trying
annoying.
It's like what message are we getting here? Or
yeah,
whatever.
Remember, like one part, they're like, oh, the past 5 months have been like. The spread the plagues and everything's been going for these 5 months. It's like, and they've been taking things for these 5 months, so they're responsible for it. I'm like, all right, so wait, they blame. You think for a minute they blame the whole thing on them for it. You're like, wait, hold up a sec. Then it's just like, then you hear like, oh no, we're just doing exactly what everyone else was doing. We're just speeding it up a bit more. I was still confused why they were even doing that, to be honest. They could have still just went underground. Like,
yeah, I don't know why they were doing that.
If all they had to do was essentially give the dude the trident, they could have just melted his thing using his Black Manta's laser beams. That
I was wondering that too.
Hotter than
I was
the sun.
wondering that too. I was like, why don't they just go to the place where the king is or whatever?
Yeah, and just melt.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fucking, you could probably save some money just buying a bunch of heaters for melt them that way.
It's just like, it's one of those things where it just plods along and it doesn't have any reason for these characters to be even doing anything really.
Yeah, like, I mean, like all they had to do was
the villains of the movie, and like
all they had to do was defrost the king, and he probably would have just melted everything anyway.
Here's what they need to do.
Bullshit powers.
All they need to do was go to Aquaman's house, punch his baby in the face, get his blood in a jar, bring it there, shake it onto the table.
Dude, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It said blood sample. It didn't say it had
Why
to
did
be
they even need to take the baby? Why didn't they just take one of their Aquaman's blood or the baby's blood?
Yeah, it didn't even have to be a sacrifice, as we saw. Like they summoned the thing with Jason and getting.
Why was the logic of we need to take them there and put them on the table? And
it's like you could have killed the baby, knowing Black Manta, he hates Jason, or hates Aquaman, so yeah, he'd probably kill the baby. I ain't gonna lie, which dick move personally, but still, he could have taken the baby's blood, put it on the altar, and bing bang boom, summoned it without probably bringing a whole army to him.
Yeah. But this was a 2-hour, 4-minute movie, I believe, so probably slightly under 2 hours without the credits. I did not think it needed to be this long.
No,
I think
no.
this shit easily could have been like an hour 30, hour 40, and I probably would have liked it more because of that. Like I don't know. There's just so many parts in here that I just don't think it really needed, and
They didn't need like a whole summary of the first movie, that's for sure.
yeah, they didn't need any of
first
that. That
few
was all just
minutes.
exposition.
It's like trying to remind you, oh, by the way, this happened. I screwed up my brother. So yeah, if you cut that out,
It was
shorten some
convenient for
things
my
and other
dad,
things.
but
Oh yeah, and it helped your dad. It helped Synopsis, who hasn't seen the first one. So I guess it helps those guys.
that's what those things always are there for. But it's like, come on, guys, really? Like, the audiences aren't stupid. Like, they can figure that stuff out on their own a lot of the time. Like, they can piece it together.
Yeah. Let's see.
But yeah, I think lastly, just pretty much talking about the post-credits scene
Oh, that stupid post-credit scene was not
and
worth it.
how it's just what a whimper to end the DCEU on. There's Patrick Wilson's Orm eating a burger and putting a cockroach in his burger, which
Just because his brother convinced him they're the shrimp of the land, so he's just eating a fucking. Dude, can you imagine being like a couple or something like that,
That
right?
Saw.
In the process, some dude pick up first of all, a cockroach in the restaurant.
this
like
just
that
shows
would
how
be
much
bad,
this just shows how much they didn't even think that scene out, because we just made it funnier, and literally it just took us 2 seconds. Where like, why didn't they have that? Like just some other the camera pans out a little more. Someone's like, oh, what the fuck, or like so. Because they get a fuck each movie. Remember in PG-13 they get one fuck.
Yeah.
And they were gonna say it earlier in the movie when he was like, "What the fuck?" And then like
Yeah,
he
he cuts it
didn't
off.
say it.
Yeah.
It would have been funny if they had it at the end, actually, like there, like it
What
zooms
the
out to some
fuck?
guy.
Dude.
That would have been funny, actually, but
I mean, that would have got a chuckle out of me.
But that's literally the way they ended Flash. So,
But,
where Barry was like, "What the fuck?" and then the movie literally
Granted,
ended.
You see a cockroach in the restaurant, it's a red flag already for me. But
Yeah, what the fuck? Why was a cockroach even climbing on his fucking table?
disgusting. Bad. Apparently, it's a shitty restaurant. Don't come back. Come here. Don't go to that place.
Jesus, yeah, I've never had that happen. It looked like a wicked nice area, like a wicked nice restaurant too.
Dude,
I would have been like, "You guys have cockroaches? What the fuck?"
Dude, I feel like if they made a
That was
sequel,
a big one too.
Dude,
Jesus.
if they had a third movie, I feel like they'd be the dinguses that would fucking make like the brother turn into a fat fuck because he's been eating fucking these greasy fuck burgers.
He's like fat
for
Thor.
ever since while he's been on the run. Like, oh,
He's
hey
like fat-
brother,
he's like fat
holy
Thor.
hell, you let yourself go.
But yeah,
It's like Thor. It's like Thor in Endgame.
definitely don't look forward to anything special with the post credits. That's what you're getting. And,
No, you're
and
just
it's a
getting-
mid credits, so it's not all
They
the way
showed
at the
most
end.
of the
but
scene too in the movie when
Yeah.
he's eating the burger. They show him eating a
it's
burger.
a waste. You don't really need to
And it's
see
just
it.
the only thing you're getting is him putting a cockroach in there for fucking.
If you like Patrick
scene.
Wilson's character, sure, I guess maybe say it's a mid-credit scene, but it's really not worth it.
No,
and
no,
yeah,
no.
not a for the last scene we got for the DCEU. Wow.
Yeah.
That pretty much
What
describes
a fucking way
that
to
pretty much-
send it
that
up.
pretty much describes what we got. Pretty much was a cockroach burger is what we got.
Yeah, that's exactly what we got. We got a good old
Gourmet,
cockroach
nice ass
burger.
burger, but it's got a cockroach in it.
They
It's like
want you
something
to
tastes
eat
a
the
little.
bug.
Something just tasted a little off about DC the last 10 years with their movies.
Just like that cockroach. Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's almost like when you eat around certain sides where there's not the cockroach there. That's when we got things like Peacemaker, the Suicide Squad, or even Man of Steel. I
Dude,
liked that.
I'm
but
looking
then-
forward to
Or
Peacemaker.
Zack
That-
Snyder's
I do
Justice League, but then everything else is the cockroach with the burger, and that's just
Oh.
every other DC movie we got.
You got to emphasize on the Snyder cut version of Justice League.
Did I not say that?
You said I think you just said the Snyder's Justice League. Yeah, emphasize on the Snyder.
Well, he didn't
cut.
do the original one.
Hmm?
He didn't actually do the original.
Oh, really?
Well, he did. Basically, leans into a whole other story. But
Yeah. I was about to say. I think we're going to another territory with this one.
I'll just do the quick version, Reader's Digest version.
Especially since we're going to be reviewing another movie.
Another Snyder film.
yeah,
Up next.
Maybe we should get into more of that one too. Actually, we should go into more. Of
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
actually.
Okay, we'll go into that in
Yeah.
the next one, in the next part.
Oh,
But
yeah. Oh yeah.
but yes, I think that about sums it up for this one, folks. Definitely I don't think a movie either of us would really recommend.
No, not really.
Unfortunately.
And like you
There's
can
some
see the
things that
potential that
are
was there, but
likable
they missed the
there.
mark very
Yeah.
much.
Would you suggest watching this if it was on like HBO or streaming or something?
If there was absolutely nothing else on TV, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I would say. And you like the first? If you like the first one, I guess go see it.
Yeah, I
like
guess.
if you were actually a fan of the first one,
probably enjoy this. Just wear sunglasses because my head hurt from watching it. Like I said, I don't know if it's just all the super bright colors that were the crappy CGI or what. It could have been a little bit of both.
Take my breath away, my sight away.
Director's just right behind me with a golf club smashing my head in.
Mel Gibson. It was Mel the whole time.
It's just Mel was in.
But we'll be back, folks, with Rebel Moon Part 1.
Yeah, the what was it?
Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire. That's what it's called.
Oh,
I guess it's two parts, and then not only is it 2 parts,
there's a Snyder cut.
There's
going
to be a Snyder cut of each part because the regular
Snyder,
version that comes out has to be PG-13, and then we have to get a Snyder cut that's longer in R. So we'll see,
honestly,
folks.
He's such an asshole that way. Jesus, fucking Snyder can kiss my ass.
If we don't like this one, we're probably still gonna have to review the second one, so we'll probably just wait till the Snyder cut comes out of the second one. So if we like this one, maybe we'll be watching all 4 versions. If we don't, we're probably gonna be waiting a very long time to review part 2.
Yeah. So stay tuned and to listen about the story of what was supposed to be a Star Wars movie turned something else. God,
Netflix was like, "Hey, we'll throw some money at you, bud. We heard you have a fucking crazy fan base. We'll fucking give you some shit."
Honest to God, if it's good, I'll gladly say, yeah, good job, and just to rub Disney's fucking fat nose into the fact that they fucked up. But I'm having doubts. I'm having serious doubts.
Yes. Well, we'll be back.
Till next time.
We'll be back.
Doo-doo. Oh!
I'll be back.
God, give me strength for this.
Please, God, give me the strength for this review.
Please smite this movie from the face of this earth. Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
So welcome back.
I feel like Rick and Morty at the end of that episode. Or at the start of that episode, where they're just crying in the ship.
Honest to God, I didn't think I would see a movie worse than Aquaman 2 today. God, was I wrong? It's sad. It's killing me. It's killing me.
It's sad because it's true.
Oh, my God. So, we just saw Rebel Moon.
Part 1, A Child of Fire.
The pre-Snyder cut, of course. Because there's always got to be a Snyder cut.
Always got to be 2 versions.
Why would they put a second version of this?
Do you think that's like part of his tactic almost? It's like, well, there'll be the shittier first version, and then when they see the second one, like some people, it just works that way where they're like, oh, it's so much better.
It's a shit tactic. Like, I didn't even want to see the new, the Snyder cut of fucking Justice League until someone decided to tell me it's actually decent.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, it's a good way to turn me the fuck off. It's a good way to make my fucking movie boner flaccid. It is fucking makes me not interested in whatsoever. And I despise that.
Yeah, so I guess we got to get into this, unfortunately, but this movie is basically, I would say, like a mashup of Zack Snyder's worst instincts or worst things as a director, like all his worst impulses.
His intrusive thoughts got the better of him in this movie. He's like,
so obviously it's a mix of some of his other films. From what I've heard, there's a film that's really terrible that I think is the only other one that's gotten rated as bad as this one, called Sucker Punch. Did you ever see that one?
Sucker Punch.
It's about all the chicks and stuff. I heard.
Oh, yeah, I remember that movie.
I heard there was like a bunch of stuff in that, like that was kind of like all this sex stuff or whatever, like almost weird implied things like that,
mean,
like kind of like this film.
Like, did you ever play the video game Lollipop Chainsaw, whatever it was?
I've heard of it.
Lollipop Chainsaw, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but with like chicks who are, I think they're, if I remember right, it's been a while. My memory might be failing me. I think they were orphans or in an orphan home, or like some. It
was like
steampunk
like or something, right?
Well, it was like I think it's like some like it takes place in like I don't know if it's in her head. Sometimes it's implied. It's
the girl's like insane, like they implied. So,
yeah, sure, like parts of her memory getting put into this world where
I've seen like bits and pieces. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I've never seen it fully.
Yeah, to be honest, it's been a long time since I think I only saw like the TV version, so they probably cut out a bunch of stuff too in it.
But yeah, it's almost like his worst impulses with like movies like that or 300 or something with the slow-mo or like some things that like are just like, dude, why do you have so much of this in your movie?
So much slow-mo in places that you don't need it and they last way too long.
Yeah.
As the good gist, like for 300, they put like the slow-mo, like as goofy it is sometimes too, but like in ways that would make sense in 300, like sword swing. You're seeing these cool fucking action feats of people just going, oh. No.
Well, sometimes even when
this one, it's like they're putting it in the stupidest fucking things that don't deserve a fucking slow mo whatsoever.
It's like if you're gonna do slow mo, you should barely use it, and then it should be really used at like effective moments. You know, like they kill this person finally or something. I don't know, like just anything clever where it's only used like 2 or 3 times in the movie, so it's actually like, oh, like kind of a cool moment.
Yeah, like 300 could get away with it too because it's like, you know, a melee fight during them. You're seeing like these action shots with them swinging swords, spears, and yada yada. This one just no, it's not even a cool action fucking fight. Slow-mo's like
there wasn't really any good choreography or like action things in this.
It
wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible.
Slow-mo was compensating for the shitty the shitty action.
Yeah.
So they throw in like some slow-mo to make it seem like it's better than it actually is.
Because it really, you could tell it wasn't as planned out as like some things we've seen with really good action, like John Wick or the Daredevil show. Or
I would never want to compare them to this. But yeah, I get you. I would never compare.
Yeah.
The fact of putting John Wick in the same sentence as this movie puts a dirty taste in my mouth.
But it's almost, I know, makes my mouth dry with hatred. But it's almost a mix of those sort of movies, action superhero films like that, mixed with, I'd say, sci-fi, space opera.
Yeah.
Just funny because we've had both these movies kind of with both these genres almost, but like, it's just kind of funny how they're used in different ways, you know?
It was a water opera, the first one. Now you can say it's true space opera, but oh my God. Oh my.
Dude, this made Aquaman 2 look like fucking like a 9 out of 10.
Dude, honestly, I don't know if this was just because it was meant to be a Star Wars like movie and they decide to like, you know, say sorry, can't be a Star Wars movie no more. I wanted this to be a similar story as like the Warhammer and StarCraft ideas of sorry, you can't use our name no more, so they make their own thing that's actually cool and fun and people creates a cult calling. No.
What it seemed like to me.
None of that.
It seemed like to me like this was his. It seems like he saw like Star Wars Rogue One, which I still think is the best out of all the like ones they've released. The Disney ones, since Disney's been releasing them.
Yeah.
I think he like Zack Snyder saw that and was just like, I can make a Star Wars film, because that one was dark. Like, it was darker than some of the other ones. And it was one of the only ones that wasn't about Jedi and stuff too. And so much of this is like about these other characters in this world, besides that one chick that like was one of the last characters that got introduced. The one Nemesis or whatever her name was.
The totally not a Jedi knockoff.
Yeah. Who literally in the trailer they like actually, dude, in the trailer they made it seem like even more of a ripoff because like they didn't even show that she had like swords or blades or whatever.
Was it actually just lightsabers?
Yeah, it just made it look like she had like lightsabers, like red lightsabers. I was like, wow.
Wow, baked.
Still in the movie seemed like a ripoff, but I was kind of like, oh, I see how he got away with it now. Like,
oh my God, this movie, man. Dude, I think I'm.
If anyone's expecting lightsabers, not to cut you off, that is literally the only character that has lightsabers in their like Dollar Tree knockoff versions.
They're called sabers of light.
They're
Totally different.
They're
My original
they're
design.
saber blades.
Totally not lightsabers, obviously.
But yeah, so basically, to give like a brief synopsis about this movie, would you like to take the reins?
Okay, so here is my basic summary that I dedicated to the to this fucking dunghill of a movie. Should I only go over the rough estimate, or should I just go over the whole spoiler?
Just go over the brief one initially.
Okay.
We can get into that other one though.
So brief non-spoiler summary of this, or setup of this movie, is space Amish who look like Nordics for some reason are invaded by space Nazi Roman Soviets. Yeah, I know. I feel like they couldn't choose they could not choose.
They're trying to do multiple different
these guys
things
based off of. They're like Nazi Romans politically, but then a lot of them look like Soviet commissars.
They did that thing where they just were so weird with it you couldn't really place it. You know,
it really is weird. And then anyway, so space Nazi Roman Soviets are kill village daddy. No more village orgies, as it seemed like they were. So the village bitch teams up with village beta male who got village daddy killed in the first place because he couldn't keep his stupid mouth shut and stick to the script like daddy wanted. And tries to assemble the worst Avengers team to help the village fight against totally not Empire Star Wars. Okay, so that's
pretty much sums it up.
Synopsis of this movie without getting to further spoilers of it, or like without going through the whole, which will come later.
Honestly, this movie's so bland and like there's not even much happening in the story that I feel like it almost like to spoil too much of it would almost just really make you not want to watch this.
To be honest,
not that there's really anything that you can spoil.
I think you'd be doing them a favor at this point. I would not waste my time with this movie at all.
I guess the main thing we can spoil for you is just like the fact that literally most of this movie, you spend about 2/3, like mainly in the middle of this movie, just recruiting character
the assemble
after character.
Of the Avengers.
But this probably takes up
with no character development.
Wouldn't you say this probably takes up about 60% of the plot?
Yeah, I would say you'd go more. I'd say.
So I'm saying like I'm saying like 2/3.
Hell, maybe even 80% of this fucking movie is assembling the shitty Avengers.
It's like 2/3 to 75%.
Oh my god, it's so insufferable. They have no. They're like cardboard cutout.
It feels like a Bethesda game where you're almost like recruiting. It's like if someone had mods and they just were recruiting characters and they just kept recruiting more and more like followers. So then you just have like 8 followers with you, but like literally all you ever did was just who are you? What's your story?
And
then they tell you their thing, and then they join you, and then they just get sidelined, and you just start introducing the next one.
They just show up and they're like, "Who are you?" It's like, "I'm assembling a team," and it's like, okay, barely any convincing either.
Literally to the point where like it makes it so that you don't even know what the characters' names are. Like I didn't know a single fucking character's name in this movie by the time the credits rolled. There
was like one character that gave them any type of resistance against joining him. That was like the one they called General Titus. The one other person's funny enough. The one like character I really remember his name.
The only character I really remember their name was
wasted potential. Fuck yeah.
Was Nemesis or whatever, because I remember like I just feel like they didn't really say characters' names much. Not that like they had to say it tons of times, but wow, like I don't know how they did that. Like the main character, I couldn't tell you the main. No, all three of us after the movie was done, we couldn't remember what the main character's name was. That's bad.
Yeah, and then once we looked up name, I'm like, oh shit, that's right. I made a joke about this earlier. I'm like, where her name's Korra. I'm like, oh, Legend of Korra moment.
There's also just like tons of sci-fi, just like jargon, fucking bullshit, just exposition stuff in here.
Exposition drains the shit out of you. It's just so bad. It's a lot of explaining, a lot of stuff that just puts you to sleep. It's not even a good explanation. It's all very generic paper cutouts. Like you see like generic tropes in sci-fi. It's
And I think because of that, that kind of adds to that other complaint we had of like that the plot is like somehow extremely simple and hollow, but like also really complex and convoluted at the same time. It's because I think that complex and convoluted part at times because you just have characters going off on exposition. You're like, what the fuck are they talking about now? I don't even know
felt
what
like the parents from Charlie Brown were going womp womp.
Yeah,
womp,
literally.
Womp, womp. I'm just hearing the ringing in my ears. It's fucking just bugging me. It's like tinnitus kicks in the moment that you start talking. Oh God, it's so insufferable. And this is coming from me. I love lore of a cool world.
Yeah.
This had none of it. This
I don't know.
wasn't
What do you
cool
think?
lore or
What do you
anything.
think is the factor that like makes it bad? Whereas like with some other things, like I don't know, like it's just done better, even though like they're pretty much doing it similarly or something.
It's very lazy type of cut. Like I said, all the heroes with quotes, are all a bunch of, like I said before, cookie cutout generic tropes that you see in every other fucking movie, but has usually been done better. They're all rushed, so you don't even know really anything about them except until like one moment, which we'll get into later. That happens in the thing where it's not even like, it's funny that the villain explains more about these characters than anything else in the fucking movie, which I kind of find a little humorous in its own fucked up way. But other than that, pretty like lazy work. Like I've talked to you, like, yeah, the villains are bad, but they're like annoyingly bad, if you know what I mean. They're bad in the worst of way, in like the most uncreative, just generic.
Where you just
fuck you.
They're forgettable. Bad to the point where they're just forgettable.
They're just insufferable. Like they're just the most insufferable type of villains, where it's like they just go to planet, they'll fucking blow up the whole thing, despite it being a horrible way to fuck up their empire, because from the sounds of it, they need more resources, as they're literally begging a shitty backwater village that only has 40 people to grow food for their fucking empire spaceship. Their spaceship of probably, I would imagine, several thousand people operating. I would hope like 1,000 like people operating this gigantic fucking spaceship.
Dude,
no.
I also just thought like there wasn't really any like spaceship designs or like
very
or
lazy
like
looking
weapons or like anything that really like stood out to me where I was like, ooh, that looks really cool.
Yeah, now
Like I feel like so much of this, kind of like you said, that's where I mainly got this sort of. I think the Dune inspiration was mainly with like a lot of the costume design and like planet designs, and like I don't know, like it, but just not done well really, or like not as unique.
Like I said, like I've done you before, it's like they tried making themselves think like you're watching like a deep, complicated lore of Dune, of this world, with Star Wars, essentially Star Wars effects and everything like that. Failed on all fronts. And like I said, I don't know if the spaceship designs were just something they had to change up because of like sorry, you can't use Star Wars products and these are Star Wars ships, and they had to change it up. That could have been it.
True.
But that might be just giving them too much fucking credit, to be honest, because those were some lazy, generic, like, the super slick, not much else designs to them. Also, for some reason, their windows break very easily. Fucking a shitty spear, like that guy was fucking holding, just goes right through the glass, stabs him at the gunner.
Yeah.
Also, the gunner was able to shoot right through the fucking glass himself, which, I mean, makes more sense because it's a fucking laser, but a fucking spear, fucking, this warship gets punctured by fucking spears. It annoys me. It's stupid. It's like fucking Ewok spears going through the stormtroopers' armors in that Star Wars. Doesn't make sense to me. They also had the fucking aim of Starship of the stormtroopers. I'm sorry.
And that's not to say like all the designs were bad here, but like because I thought like some of the like creature designs were kind of cool, like that brain creature thing.
Yeah,
that like was controlling that dude.
Just
that might
casually
be dead.
He's like controlling a corpse just to communicate with other people. Which cool idea. Don't know why you use this cool idea just as like another exposition dump on you on things, like just to move the plot forward. It's like, oh, I thought that might this be is like, where you gotta go.
Exactly, that's what he was though, because I thought he might actually be a character. And I was like, oh, I guess he doesn't show up again.
Like I get,
and that's what Jimmy, Anthony Hopkins' robot character. Oh my God, I guess that's pretty much what he was too.
That was
he
just showed up of a fucking Anthony
seemed like Hopkins seemed like he might be cool, but then just disappeared for the rest of the movie. And then showed up right at the end like Porky the fucking Pig. Like, that's all, folks. Like,
that's all. Oh, you can't even say that. It didn't even end that moment. Like, it's like it seemed like it was going to end right there. Fucking,
there was another ending. Another fucking ending with a stupid-ass villain in this movie.
It was like 3 separate times it should have, like, felt like it was about to end the movie, and then it keeps
Why were all the villains in this movie, like, in some, like, weird sex kink, like, or fucking, like, or, like, there was, like, a lot of, like, rape implications and stuff, too, I felt
it starts with, like, dragging a girl into a barn, and they're, like, it's implied that those, like, soldiers were about to gang rape this chick.
But, like, with how, like, horribly, like, written this is, and, like, how horribly handled so much of this movie was, like, I just feel like it's almost, like, borderline offensive.
Just
like, and I usually don't say that, but, like, it's just like, damn, man, like, this is a pretty serious topic, and, like, just to, like, kind of use it in this way, like,
I mean, we can always talk about the
just to do it multiple times too and everything. It's like, do it, I don't know, just like do it to where it makes sense.
You mean when that weird, like, what, pig alien decided to fucking grab the village douche nozzle's, like, fucking cock right there in the fucking thing, and just asking the chick, like, how much so I can buy his fucking asshole for a night?
Yeah, that's definitely why Disney that's definitely why Disney or Lucasfilm didn't take this, was because of a lot of that sort of stuff, I'm sure. Because they're probably just like, we don't want that in the Star Wars universe, like, I'm sure.
It could be that. It could be he just added that to make himself a little bit feel it like the movie's more edgy. I don't know, like make it feel, the Snyder shit. I don't know. It could have been that though.
One thing I thought about this too was I was surprised it was PG-13 though. I feel like there's a lot of just weird shit in here, or like also just, I don't know, like
maybe that it gets even weirder in the Snyder cut.
Definitely with that with that stuff we just talked about, like a lot of the implications and stuff of like very serious topics. Like I was like, damn, this shit like definitely should.
You mean like knock off Atticus Noble from Inglourious Bastards moment, getting sucked off by an alien tentacles?
Yeah, like the Deep.
Literally, like the Deep. He's a real.
Zack Snyder's like, I'm gonna throw the boys moment in there.
He's a real tentacle fetishist right there, my friend. He was also like the fucking tubes, the little marks on his fucking body. He was just like using them, like you think you get high earlier, and then you find out those tubes also are used for like apparently galactic fucking communication with the home world. You're like, what the. Wasn't he just using those to get high? Also, it was the octopus, I'm pretty sure, was giving him hickeys this suckers during that looked just like that. I thought they were just fucking hickeys. Oh. Ow.
But yeah, pretty much when we talk about cast, like I just feel like there's not really much to talk about here either. Like there's just
everyone's so forgettable.
There's not really a standout. I thought I thought Digimon Hunsao, the Titus,
the
like general guy, the disgraced general guy that they saved.
Yeah.
I like that actor, and I feel like he's, I don't know, I thought he was a pretty decent.
I told you, he was like the only one who felt like really trying in the movie. To be honest with you, I liked his character. He's like also the only character they had to convince to join him. Mm-hmm. All the others were like, "Hey, you want to join?" Yeah,
I know exactly. That's what I'm saying. Where I was just like, "Is this a Bethesda game? Like, you just no matter what, they're gonna join her because she's the main character."
You actually had to level up your charisma to recruit Titus. He was the optional follower.
He's like Boone in Fallout New Vegas. You have to like have special requirements to get him.
Everyone likes Boone too.
But yeah, I liked him. I was trying to remember who that actor where I've seen him before, Ed Skrein, who played Atticus Noble, and it was Deadpool. He was in Deadpool 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was the villain in that.
Also, just to clarify, his name's not really Atticus Noble, but he's knockoff Atticus Noble.
No, that's his name.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh. Fuck you. Fuck you. Atticus fucking Noble.
Yeah, no, I think that's actually his name.
Totally not.
At least according to IMDb. But I wouldn't know because I feel like they never said it in this fucking movie. Like we said, like I just feel like they didn't say characters' names.
I just remembered him as he just feels like the Nazi general from Inglourious Bastards. The whole fucking
you just
movie.
see him and
it's
you
just a knockoff.
You just see him and you go evil main Nazi guy.
Yeah. Who's for some reason dressed up like a Soviet commissar mixed with a fucking Nazi.
And then
eventually, it's weird.
And then eventually he started wearing.
They all speak Latin, or still all Roman too.
And then eventually he started wearing like a fucking Agent 47 outfit, and I'm pretty sure he played Hitman in one of the like movies.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I think so. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was also Hitman.
I hated his haircut too. Fucking A. His haircut has the face of someone I want to punch real bad. I'm sorry. It's the guy who gets a haircut thinking he looks cool. Like, he's probably seen it on another character that looks cool. Gets himself, and it turns out he does not have the face for it, and I just want to hit him. He looks fucking stupid.
You look stupid, bro.
Bro, why'd you get that haircut? The fuck? I saw someone else have this. It looked great on them. I'm like, well, yeah, not on you, though, bitch. It doesn't work on you. I'm sorry. But, yeah.
But yeah, Ray Fisher was also in here, who was a Cyborg in the Zack Snyder's Justice League. He was the warrior one that died, that like sacrificed himself in the end.
The fucking rebel who pierced a fucking warship with a spear. Yeah. Yeah, that guy. Oh.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Didn't think he was that great. It wasn't bad, but...
No, he
was
also barely in it.
There was no stand.
He was barely in it with barely any character development.
He's like the last one that gets introduced, and then he also gets
dies, and then he dies. Spoiler: he dies. He fucking dies and leaves us with this obnoxious bitch is like the last rebel who like just feels annoying to me. I'm like, I hate her too. Fuck, I don't even.
She's horrible.
I don't even know why. The short amount of time we get with her, she just seems insufferable to me.
She's a horrible actress. I didn't even.
No.
I didn't even bother to try and figure out what that character's name was or that actress because she was barely in it, and I'm like, wow. I hope in the next one that she's just gone.
You know that's not gonna be true.
I know. She's probably gonna have a bigger expanded role in the next one.
She's gonna definitely have a bigger role in the next one. It's gonna be fucking annoying. Insufferable. She's gonna be insufferable the whole time. It's not even like she won't even be a badass cool chick or like action chick like I don't know Furiosa from Mad Max or Ripley from Aliens. No, she's gonna be a fucking obnoxious bitch.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna be like, my God, every fucking time she's on screen, I want someone to shoot her. Shoot her. Fucking knockoff Nazi. Shoot that bitch.
He's like, only in the Snyder cut. It's only in the R-rated version you're going to see that.
You know what? Maybe that might make me want to watch it. Who knows? Maybe that's the fucking thing that gets me in.
Anything else you want to touch on with this?
I want to touch on a lot of things on this fucking shithole.
I feel like we could rant for a while on this movie.
Bro, I will fucking go all the way. The fucking, this
well, like, I don't want to refrain you. Let your thoughts be free.
Like fucking, you know what? I'm also going to fucking rant about fucking... I didn't even know Anthony Hopkins was the fucking robot in this.
Dude, I feel like it's like when Al Pacino... I
fucking love Anthony Hopkins, and he's
it was like when Al Pacino was in Jack and Jill. You're like, why'd you do my boy like that?
It felt like, yeah. Like, he's in such a small part, so briefly. He just does, like, once again, exposition, like, for what I'm getting, I assume is going to be a lore in the future movies.
It's probably going to end up connecting somehow in the future.
It was... He also had the one part that I actually laughed at too, which wasn't meant to be funny. It was just the fact, like, when he comes in, like, after like this bitch kills all the rapists, essentially the rapist soldiers that were gonna gangbang that poor farmer girl that the robot had which coincidentally the robot had a nice conversation with.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
And seemed to like her. And then
he just seems to act on some weird impulses.
Yeah, he just fucking picked up the gun. The
Netflix
soldier's
just
like
allowed
telling the robot to shoot the bitch that's killing him. He's just holding it sideways and then just fires it sideways because he's just calculating in his head because, you know, robots. He just shoots like that. I'm like, oh, you know, that's pretty funny, actually. Just cuts off the guy, too, while he's yelling. He's like, what the fuck you do? Like, oh, wow. Okay, then maybe this movie will get good.
That's what I'm saying.
And then
like,
guess what? Here's the best part. He fucking runs off. Right after shooting, no word said.
Yeah.
Not a single fucking word.
Almost like a little kid, too. Like,
yeah, he runs off like a child. Just like, ooh, he just skips along. He like prances away. Like, what the fuck? You just shoot you shoot this high-ranking soldier. You just run off like a fuck. You didn't even go to your, like, the girl who was, like, I assumed you saved her because she was friends with, you seemed like friends with her. You didn't even go to like say, hey, are you okay? No, you just fucking run off like a fucking child. And then we don't see him until the very end again. He doesn't say a single word again. He's just in the distance wearing now like antlers. For some reason, I think they made him the king of the village. That's all. That's what I can assume out of this.
Like he's the chill one.
They just made him king of the village. Like, here, all hail the new daddy of the village. It's this robot.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to part 2.
Oh my god.
That's all I'll say. Or the Snyder Cut versions.
I don't want to watch the Snyder Cut. It's just. I'm pretty sure this fucking movie
like I said,
maybe
guys,
start growing like a fucking
be ready to wait
somewhere in my body. It's just growing and oh my god, it's killing me.
Definitely be ready to wait for our part 2 review because I think we hated this movie so much we might have to like just wait until the Snyder Cut's out for part 2 because I do not want to watch part 1 or part 2 of this a second time.
I want to lobotomize myself after fucking watching this. I want to scramble my brains what fucking happened for it past like fucking how long was that movie? 2
hours.
Almost 3 hours. You know, I'm going to do 3 hours just to make it fucking safe. I want to make sure it's all gone out of my fucking head.
I know the slow-mo might have fucked with time. I know somehow it was 3 hours. It felt like it. It felt like it was 3 hours.
It felt like 4.
Yeah, seriously.
But at the worst way possible.
It felt longer than.
Oh yeah. Also, Griffins are aliens.
Felt longer than Avatar 2 and fucking Killers of the Flower Moon.
I like how they also just passed by the fact that Griffins are essentially aliens now too in this universe. They just introduced a random fucking Griffin that this dude just animal spirit bonded with this fucking eagle that was trying to kill him the whole ride, and he just decides not to die. And then like fakes and pretend. The worst deal ever in history is the slave owner that owned that guy was like, if he can tame that eagle, I'll let him go. Or if I can tame this griffin, I'll let him go.
That scene was definitely not supposed to be comedic, but that was funny to me, honestly.
It's funny, but in the stupid way.
Yeah, exactly. Where it wasn't.
It seems like it's something you'd see in a stupid ass movie.
That was not intentional. Yes. Not intentionally supposed to be funny. And
then, like, the moment the dude disappears, he thinks the fucking griffin's just gonna be fucking friends with him instead of the guy that broke him, the fucking griffin. I don't know.
There was no comedy in this movie. No comedy.
No intentional comedy.
Yeah, no intentional comedy.
I still laugh at the robot.
It's a comedy of how bad it is, but
best character, Anthony Hopkins. He was only in it for a few minutes.
But yeah.
Also, whatever happened to the other soldier that helped him? You remember, like, the little scrawny kid?
Remember the at the beginning.
Soldier? Yeah, we don't even know what happened to him.
Fuck. Yeah.
He just helped.
And I thought he was gonna be one of the people also recruited to the team. Didn't you? I thought he was gonna be on like their team. I thought that was gonna be like one of the first people she recruited.
Like at the very least, you would think like he'd like gonna help the village or something. You'd see what the fuck he was up to this past couple. Like I don't know how long they've been away. A month. Couple weeks maybe. It's just been a day for all I know. I don't know. It's fucking
doesn't
weird.
Seem like it's been that long.
The pacing is so fucking weird.
Yeah, you can't tell the passage of time. They show you, ooh, we're on this planet or ooh, whatever, but then that's just like it's like he went on the like AI and just randomly generated like sci-fi planet names.
Some of those movies, dude. Some even the land, like the cityscapes, even sometimes felt like AI generated. Like the fucking planet which just had floating rectangle buildings and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why though? Why would you do that? It just felt so. I don't know. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel genuine. It didn't feel like an actual like thing I should give a shit. It felt like it didn't feel like
uninspired.
Yes, I think that's a good one. Honest to God, it's just so fucking and stupid. It bugs me. It just honestly hurts my head. My headaches from Aquaman. I thought they were going away. No, then they got worse after this.
I think that pretty much brings us to my last bullet. You can help me finish it. I don't know anymore. Fuck this movie. Fuck Zack Snyder.
And suck my balls. Fuck everything about this movie.
Yeah.
Fucking, you know what? Even fuck Netflix for posting it on me.
Yeah.
You put that evil on me.
This better not be like one of those ones that breaks records and shit, but I have the feeling like it's gonna be, and I'm gonna be like,
don't say that.
Oh.
Especially since what? You said that Zach wants to make a good old trilogy out of this series, huh?
No, he wants to make a trilogy of trilogies or something. It sounded like he said.
So wait, technically, is this gonna be like 6 movies because each one's gonna have its own Snyder cut?
Or I think no. So wait, know what I think he meant? I think he's gonna do a trilogy, but each one's gonna be 2 parts.
Oh,
so pretty much 6. I think that's basically what he meant. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's what he meant. That sounds more like accurate too.
Why?
Oh, Jesus. God help us.
God help us.
Hopefully global warming, like Aquaman said, is going to come
I'm praying for the fucking global warming to kill me now. Fuck, hey.
Like Aquaman said, global warming's coming.
You know what, Black Manta? I'll let you fucking do that thing. I'll let you
speed it up.
Let's go. Let's do this. I'm all in it for now, because I can see we're really fucked after this movie. Oh my God.
But we will be back for part 2 some point in March, I think.
God help us all.
It comes out.
And let's also bring up speaking of cum, I'm pretty sure that fucking Zach was just cranking it during all those slow-mo beats. He just loves his fucking slow-mo, and then the lens flares, that one fucking moment that kept up scaring that chick's face.
Oh, dude, that part? Yeah. It comes out,
Zach's cranking his little willy to it.
April 19th.
April 19th?
Day before.
Part 2 or the Snyder Cut?
Part 2.
Why though? Why is he bringing
Simon,
these things out so fast?
Get prepared, bro. 4 months from now. It's like 4 months exactly.
I don't want to. That's too soon. Dear God.
And then the Snyder Cut, he says, is going to come out before that of this part 1. So probably March, like I said, I initially thought, for the Snyder Cut.
God is dead and we killed him. This movie is proof. This fucking movie is proof of that. Jesus. Why? I have a question for God. Why? Why?
Oh. Let's just go out crying.
Oh no. Too late.
Why?
Why?
Why? You guys watch Rebel Moon and the next one comes out in 4 months.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Night, folks.
Good night.